National Cathedral modern na secretariat me boa secretariat na wo ho na no se meti se mampani si yemunu se bibisa
there be na se mampani ni hutumi yeso begum and I'm pesa manfoti asese nanado former president onya ne leave out to wha or gene no or setting up National Cathedral no or setting up as a company limited by guarantee.
Okay.
Now company limited by guarantee and just say see events a cocoa border or President Bitmaso China pass me good. And they're directly under president no purview. But National Cathedral board no any secretariat in the akano. Open so good na so court now go make a case for court. Say be a National Cathedral no offend public interest and now BBSC into you see a good board.
Okay. Okay.
Now won't mean cause our extent na dia. Now more instructively no. Even our government here in opposition no omo ye de bebre no. Omo attorney general no. So attorney general dem de be am respect me say amam for hwe ni ye.
Dr. Dominic Ayini.
At some point we so kan kure. Oba o se there be sika bia ye tua bia towards the National Cathedral no was lawfully and legitimately
but I just want to establish the fact say National Cathedral Secretariat no is still in existence.
Me say before and Sunday Bible Christmas holiday you share board ni share. I was present.
Okay. You see then amoye
say no say there has been a lot of to say they can earlier no and nyoma to nyoma bebre if politicians can dust bebre gu nkrofo ani about National Cathedral no they standing for said the the and sika omatua ne nyoma ni nyina ntino ama won say government is setting up in such a way say abai be ma seed money na abai ama asase no ama interim secretariat abai aye ne de awie dada previous government no almost seed money which was about $58 million and almost so ma asase no and on my interim administration and stand almost set you on my board into board in control say o to the mechanism and bibi biara aban castle baby and aban ye wie into no o dwene ho a sa das no mo throw ye na aban so ko be ma seed money na fi private sector so to say sorry no any other benevolent society so contribute towards the building of the National Cathedral no be a problem because of the dust na to go public na ni no any other benevolent societies no be 2 weeks before ansa na yebedi bronya obi tua $180,000 towards the construction of the
yebedi bronya
yebedi bronya or withdraw ni sika no because of some seminar ekoso ni nsema mo kare bebre at some point in time the chairman of the board was invited to live in brothers in Dubai. There was somebody in that group wanted to pay $100 million towards the construction
towards the National Cathedral.
Because of Okujaton seminar and buy any parliament and summoning somebody no more can eat. Papa ne withdraw
obeja to say especially why we council for the secretariat. Any be a most spokesperson, any you know, Mumbai accepted the fact say Mona who crime sa kuja to propaganda and course.
I was saying almost counter from the beginning. I was saying no the okame no yagine. Say I was saying right from inception almost started sa and no man no moyeno. I was saying the board no and now certain persons in the government almost support to almost this project in the buy no. I was saying come mount to a table to defend and to counter the lies and the deceit in the public.
But what happened? I want to understand the psychology of the whole war. What was the decision?
Maybe the Satan na menya omo council.
Satan na unyanko yomo
council. So can be omo councilor. And come in. Say a friend saying Ofosu Kwachi, Honorable Ofosu Kwachi for a press conference. Me a press conference. Edit here and some no coca and some no can. And I believe that we are right. Esanka Obi wo representing the board no and mount to a platform respond to allegations trying to criminalize some of them and the rest of it and
because you see Anna Ababe say we say me introduce you do baby ni introduce say lawyer Charles Usu a counsel for National Cathedral pe. Excuse me to say, people see you as obi our bokro no or my
so sikani medibi but still ade you ya wo wi ase ade a wonye ne ade atoso obi a wutie program yi sese no wan kasa dwene hu bi sa ade a wonye ye ne ade atoso na senka National Cathedral no obi a diska ana ya tweska ma obi a anya mra kwaso ya tweska no me nyi ni da se Dominica ye ne honorable Don Minaka beba be gina a public no akase sika bi omutu ai towards the National Cathedral na yi no mon disabuse mo mind from Sanyoma na NDC for propaganda na omodi aba power no mon disabuse mo mind because nyoma bebre wo a omo kan anya no kure
me specifically no meba my kan do ma hene ho asem enu be we enu kakrat yenim say international accounting firm to say Deloitte for the report e buy aban say onye report ni ntumtu no assign a commission the forensic audit international cathedral books and the one day do ma hen response na dey na ba no chichi mu Deloitte for report na ban no kwan ben na mo omo ye ni ti aban so onye ntum
Deloitte for report no mo dey ban time almost started so mo kan sema tia National Cathedral ni so mo discan here you know and omo commission Deloitte as an international audit body so omo go through the books of the National Cathedral and normal form report to me. The lodge for we no say oh your audit your management report
want to me radio 95.9
say the NTS and no ma ye hu ni to the ban e bisam okay mfa we mbra ne no ma the management report no mo the buy and no honorable for Sukwache e fire and no dey call in a press conference now normally the management report ne ba the firm na ye audit you no so mo be ye response
okay
the response no any management report any the boom any the final audit
okay
this is so be final audit no exonerate you of any wrongdoing or practice or criminality or corruption the only thing I'm auditing no e kind say certain enyoma bi omo ye no best practices no and it has nothing to do with corruption or embezzlement and I'm officers. And on the cocoa to public domain. I had to. I would never say, Menso, make cocoa press conference. Now, my man who said, Asama Papa Nekano, and Yanukre. And you know, Minia, and Crofona National Cathedral board no sooner. Only a high level paying for more pension. Only a software and paying for more leading big churches. They say Pentecost ni friends Roman Catholic ni amukwana wa board no so. Bako kwa kaje Archbishop Abako.
Yes.
Edu sto time kwa na board meeting na osu. O say ade ye besi Nyankopon fie. Na fe obi si ye fan konko ye public theater. You ever go here theater na man from Gonko South Hodum and your man Papa ni su inti sakwala.
Yeah.
Because he felt deep pain. So dia ye dia hye Nyankopon enu nyam no be si ever Gonko here theater. Can you imagine? Enti ni menua ade ne dia the misconception NDC from the time I move towards 2016 election 2024 election.
Four elections, yes.
And no na propaganda no and I sink into Ghanaians. But Ghana for ni multi ade ye Christopher. Ya sorry ya kom. Yes ma donations. Ebu Nyankopon adwuma. Nyankopon hwe osa akwa. Eno na ye die nim. President Akuffo Addo. O say obeboa me say National Cathedral die Nyankopon nyunyam. It is almost so be a cassette or boat near see the National Cathedral near the Nyankopon Nyama. Also, premier see. Now, on what basis now on premier see? Young fans, Yamba secular. Yamba secular. So 72% of the population is Christopher. It is impinged on the government of any day to make sure, say, some spiritual aspect now are Christians, you know. There will be a focal point because you won't be say independent churches. Says we have investigation with independent churches. There is turmoil of leadership, transfer of leadership. So transfer of leadership. It will go sorry no.
Yes.
It sorry be ne. Ochina eniho.
Yes.
Where is the focal point? It will hear a sorry ne say government, state has a responsibility to making sure, say, even not if not anything, some monumental knowledge, say once a time, this country was a Christian nation, and the rest of it, Now, apart from the fact that people want to go to that church for the purposes of continuity and sustenance. 18 million.
Penny Cassana no be osu on the on chinse ebesi asore na mum sika na mosemudi si asore dan de e broso o kanesa no o kanesa na mankrofo adwan yo motra se ase bi amoku si asore dan de nkonwa gum na mode yesema spending $97 million wo ho na mode atu amra and all that. National Cathedral ankasa no na edien na musi. What's in there?
National Cathedral no. National Cathedral auditorium na sorry, and I bit my programs so programs na you want. A city 5,000 people at the same time.
Okay, 5,000.
And it can be expanded to 15,000 depending on the volume of people abeba. And no, you're one. I think your Bible museum. Bible museum no. Artifacts ni scrolls ni nyoma in fact ni nyina akra wo hosesi akwa yomo de aba en containers scrolls ni artifacts ni nyoma omo de aba ewo National Cathedral site hosesi a
and say be say
eno bi ni ye eno it is our Bible museum no eno so ye part of the National Cathedral and sana biblical garden ni ye baby a so bi a wo say so ko be na ko bompa in quietness here as a Christian we betimi akoko no akwakoye bompa bo no nyoma. Apart from that, you a cemetery for high dignitaries and heroes of this country e bia nyankopon from nyoma no ma ibesiom ho afi a focal point for Christian meetings. Won say bia obi o Catholic o se enko Presbyterian enko yosminko it to be a focal point.
Okay,
you betimi have we and a Christian dialogue, a Christian communique, and in your manoma to other parts of the Christian in Hoda, a apart from that, you know, you were 350 seater restaurant, which is the commercial wing. 350 seater restaurant. And yes, also were conference centers.
Okay.
I'm a for bit my conference, and you were auditorium. I'm a for bit my wedding in your manoma. It is a huge edifice. And to because I sorry danke can you 50 a year President Kasa and you credit a misinformation. And after secondly, President Kasa sikane doswa. Now the pre-support is about nebetia. And you no credit. You set National Cathedral in such a way say abai betu. In fact abai di utuani eketwa wom. National Cathedral no more here. So I'm for the person explain it for because it's a president.
Very important.
Any omo makani nyina no. Say enye buapayo. Any deception to the people there. Omo nim say at their level no nim say. Si ebesi edifice be at say na. Number 1, a so compare consultant because they're very complicated.
Yeah.
Consultant no be na juma. So betuaneka.
Yes.
Ubetuaneka but who say yesi ade ne ho.
Yes.
Obefa architect obey the drawings ni nyina oya drawings na unhu sa de ni si ho but obehu say
so
utuaneka quantity surveyor beba NFA structural engineers beba sankrofo we say nyina no mo be class as no so nyina omo nyina beba in the interim unhu say dan ni si ho but sankrofo nyina wetuaka na industry ni kire say it take 40% sankrofo we pay ni nyina take 40% of the total value of the project. Yeah, 8% of construction. That was when they stopped. 8% of the construction. No, yeah, almost to amna. But amna visa the whole biome 25 meters down to the rock.
Okay.
This cement ni concrete. Cement concrete ni steel.
Yeah,
just because I then 7 floors up.
Just say nya
ground in papa. It's ni government ma 58 million. And one man assassin total cost say still a deka ewo for no contractors ni bi ho say etuomka e 97 million.
Okay.
Because of the delay ni no man cost back and forth no contractors ni threaten say sa delay unnecessary delay no na ndi schedule mu nti sa delay e betime increase the value of radio no dey about 29 million what did they make
okay so no be additional cost
na dey ba kwa me person government ndi say at the end a partnership between government and the public sanity and after the beneficial owner Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. Na a beneficial owner. If there is a breach of contractor, na se Akuffo ka say e be claim sika officer one betua. Aban ne betua. Enti me pesa hu say in this domain they are settled, covered.
Okay.
But maybe in another domain, causing financial loss will come and sit on the ground. No, Obi be say yes,
which hunting?
Oh, a public officer act straight. And make sure say the rules and regulations that are applicable.
Okay. So and then one I think say a better more clearer say and yes say ye disikano kutu amana na mum consultancy any architects fosika and if concrete because in fact almost two sa amana me call no more two amana my steel nyina but no nyan cast concrete here so media me de maniku hu
say we witness
timi hu adwuma na akoso ho at the time before say on be cast concrete in there after no na menko ho enti ni nyina na ebedu 97 million so enya say more than 97 million akutu amana
na
ya to this the most expensive hole
enya no credit here undertones behind the scenes tones e cost so me person me did do me what time me this anyoma we be pray the threat of opposition at that time any nyoma to go for no so and a man microphone okay so dey hold on na ye hwe nyoma ekoso
some also have the belief say e be a project no mo pagya na kasenti bi amu hu say ya ha just anka bi amu kate nyema ni bi na scope no timi ye keto so that you can finish within time
there be anya no credit. The union was going in tandem. Sa Nehemiah group ya omoye museum ni ayi any for no Carisamons ni ayi. They were on site. Obi ni data and then so they no be page na ko. Everything was in tandem because you mami mau min digress kakra bi. John President John Mahama tisu say
yes.
Sa then they me born abaso for that. Ocean National Mosque na odi man ko tini papa dia government de man ya asase no any permits ni nyoma ese de man wo ene bia enyoma kakra bia ese de kan odi akom say Jamankofo no be si sa terminal otimi influence o mo say omomwa ni yesi mosque no na Akofo ni si mosque enti no sa monumental edifices we or countries no easy to get some benevolent societies abroad which was what was going on.
Yes.
It is not difficult because instead I make case chairman 100 million here because of Okujeto black one some of the kind to govern draw. Obi 180,000 actually. Any no. And you know the cathedral would have been built had it not been for some interjections propaganda near in a course kabana you see we kabana you finishing touches near come. I can assure you that because even as we speak and confirm the almost 10 cities 20 cities who the people believe
so
in
people
it,
are still
they are still contributing, donating.
I see.
If I come and I tell you bad things about, for example, you probably will not person obey me. But the moment and the who say, as a man can't what do you think will happen?
Obey change of mind.
And you know, who say will be here, and you know, when they come back to do with a thing, they come up with a lot of it. And that is my aim. To put it out there to Ghanaians to say, Anna Christopher benevolent because national chief imam cracked donated towards the cathedral.
Yes.
The mechanism. Said the Ombe who say, and some no Kafa cathedral, and you know, crack. They have not been able to prove where ya call OSP and Hushi, ya call NIB and Hushi, ya call Shiraj and Hushi, the Lotion Tush are your audit, total audit, full audit. Oma hu boni bia. Afi yesi ye PwC for ye forensic audit no. The main audit na course no utimi nya ho hwe. Forensic audit of reference microphone no we we no be send questions kakra expenditure we say it was a year. Even if you get to a point you so ke obi di sika. Somebody in the National Cathedral fold no ediska. Does that mean the National Cathedral is irrelevant?
Debbie.
The background na be na court no akodi na sem. But National Cathedral na shako. Now, I don't even understand say abaye tue ni sika wie. Aye ne de wie. Enti what is it pa na sa government way ehwehwe efi National Cathedral nsa. Enya de all this sika be shem.
Sa question no mema wa yi ano. But before so be yi ano no. Ene President Mahama nya a year e wa ban mu. Sena wo kan ni Attorney General be kan so sika bi etua ma National Cathedral bia if I can pass ni tua. So what me who some issue statement on Nana Domahene. So what said Domahene catch mampani said National Cathedral na die mo dey find this bia base boni bia ni hu ayem pene nti mo fa ni pankotum wa National Cathedral no ho a Domahene no apart from say oyo hene kese e wo Ghana mo osan ye manim ni esan ye judge ni enti what say nipa sa can say me say yeah. How do you feel as the council for the National Cathedral? What was your response?
I is so disappointing. Say Obiti said Domahene me fi akwemu for ni doma aifu
amu aduana
fo and you know I find it very difficult say make baby at but baby odi akwakoduro Nyankopon ho asem ne yeka Domahene as a judge I would take so for example a court of appeal judge the presumption is say that she be said tokosis and grofum no momba e bi asem ne beba wanim until you don't share your opinions openly. Now be share your opinions so as show opinion based and rooted in truth and facts.
Radio.
Now what you want constitution name ma kwa ma unya politics. But I believe that some of Domahene kind he moved into the political arena which was unnecessary. Into ama in stature and in the so far as these things are concerned na drop kakra. But me the Domahene me draw response to kind. I wrote a response to it.
And I'm personally a T for che. You be an who can
me response na me share me kase. Domahene or ye friend saying or ye judge. I will chrome hase. Or sans your henny. Sa two positions you occupy no and man quine. My name cat some no kind. And because it's some no kind. Or your conjectures in your mind. In fact, no man delusion tools to the buy and a crana or can. One can crane woman. Delusion tools for the report in a buy. One can crane woman one can. Because I need they say open document.
Yes.
And criminality, corruption, and malfeasance, and the rest of it, the delusion tools report never found anything of such nature. A big new sir. The Omakaya and no maybe or what processes be or what yeah. Oma Yen said best practices. And no son, it doesn't move anywhere close to corruption or criminality or embezzlement and the rest of it. It's in Domahene. Nemwa muti. Asofo kukudamfo asofo mpanyifo pa amote board so omo ye 12. 4 I resign. Omo ye 8. Mpanyifo pa omo life as pastors have been unblemished. Now utimi kwa kasa asem we baby nti is it fair? Now unsu baby a wote no amra ma ukwan ma unkasa asem no ebedwam. Now kwa kan nye fe nti mu amotie Domahene asem no. Domahene was being very political. Now obi anso nim say push ko NDC side. Enye ntro. Eye ndukure. So ye NDC ni. Nti NDC ni kura na sanko ye NDC ni won the bedroom. And so some NDC were outside because he sits in certain positions that deals with all manner of persons.
Me who and say lawyer for Kramadi be a mo friend or the Outram party no kwa fa anya adwuma.
Debbie
because we buam forward that.
We buy forward that. Wa Daniel dey na butu.
No person o chere say yan fa mo ankotumu ana yan kan say mo wi sika.
And you accept it.
And so accept it.
Debbie. And as a judge no judge mu a oti akonyu how so because say who share facts you know just some time ago papa penyi mu bi ko ga say you or the akwa bi ko two mu because officer akwa ni puya it is a ground for a appeal because or concentrate on the same thing that papa we are we di asem na bua for omra on tie facts no o tie bibia which is wrong. It is anyoma we ya fan to nchen because Ghana no ewu hia the peace in this country is very important. Me de me hubi was Sierra Leone, me hubi was Liberia, me hubi was Rwanda. Because of Sanyoma way, many meeting the way by force, I way. Forget it is a country where people and their relatives and the rest of them live in it. Now for be usaji wom. Because Yehuyanka so they were chiri. And Munyai, Mutrans positions now. Munyai, some politicians, some resign. No more made politics. But Mutra position, I expect some will live a certain exemplary life. Even though you have your opinion no you say opinion do dey mante enti do ma hene me ye aduane fo ye nuanom but we dey we twachia no enti say we ye ekwan da mu a san betene no
but also apart from some sure public statement no ma reach out to Domahene on this issue
there be me kwan reach out to him because me ankasa na me in and out
because of shame penifo at board you say na wo kan pa na Domahene timi tena na kunwa so oh, sign nimu mran kan sansem asefim semu.
Oh, asefim se, but I don't think say he considered those things tamana or kasansem no. One consider Akuffo net board no so. Pure politics na no.
Oh, jama nyosem.
Akuffo bi and then me kan wa say Akuffo bi mpanyifo asofo mpanyifo bi ene Akuffo bi ewo saa ye premier si cathedral na chi.
Okay.
Now in good time you be release your money for the public.
Say asofo
mpanyifo bi okrom ha. Omo wo sa ade na chi.
Omo wo sa agenda na say omo mpene cathedral na maso.
Cathedral na maso.
What is their motivation?
I don't know. Ebi on motivation who says they say sorry na what is it? You kwa sorry. You tell offering. You tell into be a born in the congregation home.
Okay.
Now my agency you be 15,000 sitter. I won't cry. Man for me kwa sorry no onya de otua 2 3 4 offering na so ko no so akwa ya bompa ya man na ye otua ne offering back ya na opa no de tum no kwa state control. Am for ko
and they feel threatened.
Of course. Then what would be the reason? Because also we Nyankopon na afrewo. Nyankopon na your master. Yes you see cathedral. I be sustain 2 3 400 years na cathedral ni si ho to show say aha kanafo omo cathedral ni omo ye Christofo ene ya oso mpre
lawyer catch ye hefo
that be me to can say
o de bomi no pedi
ye nyandu ho ye nyandu ho
because
but me set a warning to them say at some point in time you be release our names ni nyina and you be release our names yes you release the kekew and no more hear recordings say any documentation say wo to prove say these people are behind
to
it.
Prove say they are big men of God in this country.
Yes.
I almost sabotage National Cathedral project, you know. Because looking at the composition of the board, president in a year, you know, makes me I can say or the creme de la cremes of Christianity any good board. So people were asking themselves, say, how come Sir Sankrofu we ain't see cathedral? No?
Sir Edema explained the children. Said Masa, said government here necessarily so cathedral no can see. Obesi, as you
Ana be a private consortium be the
here will be our Bible support to be on no government or no president. He has the mandate to afar by Sika and Odisi cathedral. Could be intimate solution. The President Mahama by apart from Moscow.
Nkunim radio.
Also a
26. Forget about you see privately for on that's one. Islam. Or say or in Hajj board on almost 26 million. What you or say you see Hajj village amount. Government in AC. Ogusu Musi. Also set up a Hajj offense Islamic bank. Also Islamic university.
Nobody is talking about it.
I say 5,000 pilgrims every year. Our government best sponsor. It is offering. And from 1992, I started the government support to Hajj pilgrimage. You know, all this is the kind of boom. It is way over what the cathedral cost.
And yentise kremuni bi
in fact, kremofo nankasa kra na almost contribute towards the cathedral.
So here can say about 5 projects cost for the Muslim community.
Yes.
And ongoing sponsored.
It is going on
sponsored
right
by government
now.
of Ghana.
And once I employ 3,000 clergies on the Quran to propagate Islam. By nature.
Your Mahama.
And I'm see President Triba is here. But with him. You can't blame him too much because I didn't know to say they can't first. No. Religion, dear, if religion plays a very important role in the peace and the stability and social discourse in the country now, I can't be asked for that peace to maintain. I buy it to me, Yahunoma. Okay, Kremofo now, Quran. So, Quran say, Okobobo see and this is the interest. But banks say what Ghana now, some of the interest come.
Yes.
They are not practicing their religion properly. It's about President Biden also be
Islamic Bank.
Islam Bank. So they can practice their religion fully. Islamic University will teach them more about their religion for them to practice it properly. Because university, they will have a curriculum for that. It's in Nkunim. Hajj village, comes a time a lot of people converge at a place wanting to go to Hajj. It's rightfully, the government has to.
No, the Hajj village, and also President Akuffo started you. So this President Akuffo started Hajj village, on one start National Cathedral. But Akuffo demonizing National Cathedral, and Omuja Hajj village, and then Mahama buy, or two Hajj village, and exactly a year, then we National Cathedral.
I'm not also National Cathedral there.
And the chrono, and no creating 100% state funded. Also, no ye chrono. To a jail no ho. And now, ultra hard village in so.
Now, just more instructively, no. CSC a National Cathedral near the Ama a thing. I should Nkunim Union. I didn't think I saw for now. Omo wohon. I saw for no more Krumhan. I didn't think I knew my neck was Omo Makari.
And said, okay, me can or have to say abra in the heat of the National Cathedral issue say media baby am tell me who say a power play na ma mantimensi National Cathedral no.
Well okasa power play I mean
me kasa because me hwe ni pet board no so a o mantimensi Cathedral na me tie kira madwin me say ase na obi afo so is superior than the other. And me in fact me can say sanke presbycatis phobi na methodist serious be near dey esho musema ke bi o betime si Cathedral no.
Well maybe but me dem feel sense a government that can taking upon himself so besia and no citizen
and private individuals be omunye related to asofo omunya asofo kwa na say and common eti consortium so mu fancy kran komu timi
ebia but when say normally you see sorry and now be it is have to Nkunim Union there be ensem bebre wo hu we Bible mu kura na difficulties in nyoma but if say one of the difficulties and the rest of but am wa senka me share me share documents na me read nyoma na de ba me nyina me kan nyina na me study nyina me hu say they were on the course to be able to complete the National Cathedral but the politicization of the corridor and a man delays and the idea one is that Kasikani float is from benevolent societies then National Cathedral can save you. It is the only thing that stop them from going. Yes, they were fighting on the board or whatever.
To confirm this, yes, Sister Bako, Professor Mibele Dun of University of Ghana, and I was sending message CAB also Onim say also no Trebi into Onim say contribution is still ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Because of sa controversy into Onusu Jai. You see, I feel Obisa me say code the Moody Tiana saying because any probably Jai contribution because of the propaganda.
Yes.
Akoso amenne. Project no akwa bibi oho.
And look, that is the only thing delay the national. They said Professor Elkin. Oh no, just so a Christian into Tia. So your Christian new crown office, okay, it is a good thing. It will be an educational point. A better attractive tourists, a better creative jobs among microphone by Jumao. It will contribute towards because that is how it has been set up. I didn't think I saw didn't see Kakomo be a so a crop for. to the mechanism.
Yes.
If the people are embezzle funds, why should she go and give her money
now
to them? And no being kodi. And no bejai. And no near dear. About in between the National Cathedral and its completion. And there be me programs now. Me catch the government. The government come and say the truth. Said the things that was said about the National Cathedral in the days of the days leading to the elections. And no correct. And they say the government who is a partner of the National Cathedral edifice, who will be the beneficial owner at some point, or support to National Cathedral, be also contribute to Biano abroad, diaspora, ni bebiano, or contribute, but there is nothing wrong with the National Cathedral. And on the statement, yes, the President John Mahama, through his local government minister, will put it out there for people to know, say, Obia nis kebia. In fact, when him say, board members, so I'm call board a nom cotrasia. Your mom 2,000 for transportation. Archbishop Amaboko fi Cape Coast neighbor. On one side in the vehicle. And about board meetings. Any other people are more different areas of the country so about board meetings.
And now somebody says Sika create the mamus yenya mouse saying.
Contribution of government yet towards secretariat in so much. We know yes.
Because now local government minister working or sign minister for religion and chief.
Even the bank account. What ADB. Local government minister we and the letter come on say close to account freeze the account as we speak now. The accounts have been frozen. And you also hear investigations to find out whether but yet you have gone further to starve them of revenue. You was secretariat, a certain secretariat.
But they don't want the secretariat to function. That is so.
Of course. Now, why would you want to do that? In the eyes of the people, we are conducting investigation, forensic audit, and then before, which means consistently. Cathedral now PCAC.
Now, Cathedral no, you bet me see.
Oh, other cathedrals, other churches in the Bible, it has gone through phases which are even more serious than this one. Now say president, in the next 3 years, send the time as soon. I do a person called third term there, you need the whole career. And then no crowd elections.
No, but do you ever believe say National Cathedral can be built?
Maybe a National Cathedral, we have sunk in $97 million. All preparatory work and initial construction has been done. I didn't even see me. As a Ghana for Nana Christopher, even if we put bowls in all the churches, so I cannot tell you the amount of money that will be realized every week. Within a year, they will raise that kind of money for the cathedral to be built. All what we need is the government to lay off the construction of the National Cathedral, because the National Cathedral government has already paid its seed money if he wants to contribute more. Because obviously the president is a Christian also. He is contributing towards, he has contributed or he has moved towards the Islam and made Islam solidify their position in this country. It is a contribution towards the building of the National Cathedral, and he's welcome. And he himself Yankopon Subishran. It's Yama Kwana man from more donations. No more support to National Cathedral.
But yeah, freezing account, only donations in about how do you get it?
Also, a platform say Eba. Echo say other accounts so more. Say no ADB near government they don't catch on domain. But other banks they don't even catch them because there's a mandate. Raise legal issues.
Okay. And Prof code no. Let's say a *979# *979#. Na why say when ni asofo mpanifo na board na so no edi nkomo na omo ye awe se ye lebu omo so omo ye akronfo na opie ni ese National Cathedral board member new as obi ahawa wonim ni di esika no. How do they feel?
No, but
and are they still committed to still work?
Me say the last board meeting share your coin. But you know me sure mo say the energy no magada. And no more bad meeting, no more yen. Because there's some more can because so many boni bia. They have done National Cathedral Board, apart from say PPA, a government be meske be go through PPA approval and Oman Kasa Board is was set your PPA. nipa 3-member PPA to be beyond to be a go through Sancrofono on accountants, no auditors. Nipa miensa, the deputy CEO of national PPA, or a member. I am go through to make sure say money is being used for the right. How transparent can that be? The Domaheka says it's not transparent, opaque. It is so transparent. Say even one city, one city in the quarter. Now, is it not wickedness at the highest level to taint the credibility of such important and noble people? And because it is not fair. And no credit ever akupe. It is a no creno who person can no crenas obedient to any of your radio. Obia bewu. Everybody that is sitting or hearing my voice will be woo. You must your death must count for something. Oti de meka me Christo ni mapa. For my time I wo me am ni buye me ma me Christo ni de bia na yete no otanim na obompaye. That is what I've known Christianity. I have not known any other religion. And if I die as a Christian, I'm happy because I believe say I will go to heaven. Entinominia. Oh mo amusumu ye Christopher no. Put your money where your mouth is. We are Christians. We fight our battles spiritually. And we move forward with our projects. And we conclude our projects. Christopher story dying. They have never asked government for any help. They've done their pilgrimage in President Christopher pilgrimage. The outcry that came against them in this country. Na Christopher dia yesi ekoye bibia na manfo solitia ye ka se ekoye bibia mo bidia discrimination o article 17 na o do pa check article 17 of the constitution the presidency is not allowed to discriminate against anybody. Meanwhile you are doing so much for these people and these people you don't want to do much for. What is the issue? What has the National Cathedral done? What is it standing for? Any countries around the world the only way that you see that England is a Christian country is the people who are called themselves Christians and the edifices.
Ghana is a secular state, and yet
country in modern times is a secular state because you have different people practicing different. But at some focal point, when it comes to spiritual matters, religion, the Constitution acknowledges religion. In a secular state now, where are you taking it to?
Lawyer, me know baby, I mean lawyer Charles Owusu Joanna and AD and come on a council National Cathedral. My last question I mean we minim so one kasa we Christo need there what say what the onye so for
that be so for
onye so for because na ka me here bisa say adenti na nipa sori etia nyame adwuma na omon person nyame adwuma be koso no be sim ne ye hu senkyere ni bia
omo ma so oh senkyere ni there exaggerate there.
The only pastor the entro bring nyame adwuma se.
Say Akuffo bebre na no mo keke so ma edin, so ma edin. Unim de ekoso ma brabo. Nyankopon so no udili a. Enye open o started to udili wo unyoma ketenkete na about health, na about finances, na for about public posture. Afo behu no campaign. Nyame oni udili sa quickly. And afi obe harden o heart. So person punish you because of your man na or be hard in the heart. So the Bible we say Pharaoh. Nyankopon so harden the heart because of person trade nyansen to harden the heart. Nti se me ko kai bia na wa boagu ogidu man was an boagu. Nti obe harden the heart. Obe fi say the o ye papa. We kopim say one day. Obe hu na too late. Untimi come back. Nti wo mo fight against National Cathedral. Mo shed a cupboard nechi. No mo front load. Mo politicians. Mo to mo fight against National Cathedral no. Ye wo krom ha o ye se ebehwe. E tokwa no nya ne ye ko. Nyankopon na e ko tokwa no. Nti mun gina ho yi because the power of God supersedes all powers. All juju powers, all sorcerers and the rest of it. Nti ye hwe. Nti minia so be so hu dia anya ajo ko mu fi na ko bi step saw. But Akuffo bi yeah Omane was one of them who was militating against the National Cathedral. One the other guy and then you see here. And this all baby there me dem fi say binu me dem me opinion
opinion
me fi say binu me Christo
I see. And there's so because nipa ye nyina hu the anchorman our authority Cathedral no but so na money ti hu say
e bia obehu opa fra anchorman ne interest na hwese na brabo na ekose
medase enti ye de enkomo no abawia ne sa prof ye say code ni bibia no wenye star 979 hash star 979 hash la wasem etwa to na yemfene enkomo ne mrewie
Christopher amu Ghana yes here 72% yen na ye Christopher 72% enyo mama ka nyina say hu hia se ebenya focal point munyina munim say ye kase ye kwakoye bibi obi asoro mu a oni obi a na pese okoho se ade ni ye nyina ye de ade a ye nyina betimi akoho ya kotena ho ne aye mu nso am pese mu kwa asoro wo ho no ehon so be free ye amabu amafo be kwa so enti munyina code ni na de atu dwa no obi opeso oye your contribute towards the National Cathedral board no ho board ne secretariat no ho yi ni nyina akoso munye mu donations na enya sika na ye fan complete because the honey was say aban de wa ne de awie o ye koso ne de ne political aban ne tue ne sika we tue ne seed money President Mahama nso cho say ono so nya seed money ne bi nka ho that said the delay and no more cost a delay no yet remember fast forward you can encoso music Cathedral me hope say if things go well at least by the time at 2027 before end the day
Nkunim radio 95.
Okay, yena simen senkro for real must be num bobo asofo bi o mo soroti Cathedral ni din ani bi ne ma bebre we da massive for more messages are more de ebre so lawyer bedase na ya se munsun kran se monyere mo ho mo osisi I think say this energy we use to say wo bantemo anka beboa
ese bi na make say mama de
amafo apo amapo mutia medwie amedwie hwie mo koso because
mama muntem
I didn't
ya family lawyer dem ya family me na come play oh nka day one anka day one time as I public ne koso no anka would have man now him say ade we ya me unim say ade we me nya Cathedral for na ma misika say me fanye bibia o me anka say misika na me dey yes ade we because
press conferences in here
na ya me yenya me misika Cathedral for ma mutu ya me ka as the council for the Cathedral yes and they say illegal fees they have to pay me but san no me ya me yenya me misika ebi o me ka so lawyer ye won so we yi pa anje bi age yi kakrai na efa to petro but most of the year ma kwa to bole bamboy ma kwa wa ma kwa bolgatanga tamale
we pola wa man
ma kwa techima ma kwa yi efense da efense bebe nsu no wono
afran please ana
di o kwa techima no so twensu bi
sa
ma kwa ho efense ho hoi ma kwa ho ma kwa yi koforidua mako nim baba we do nim ni nyina yakoba bia
na esanka obantem kakra
na me tese say the ball amantem
so
ezi mama ntem so
mikrofobia ye dede okrum ha che futu agu mikrofo ani ache
mama ntem so masa me de me push
akwai ne mumma so hyen odi ntro pa so
wa ku jatwa manga I feel to ku jatwa black kwa unim sasa prophet Kusiapia
yes
prophet
Kusibuatin
prophet Kusibuatin e the friend saying tamana omo person omo ma for mobilization omo ko site ko ye adwuma no contractors no na board ni sika no enso na prophet Kusibuatin kias okay ne mema musika na ba na mo de ama
yes
e ko through board approval na prophet Kusibuatin ma 2.6 million and no music and buy omutu and sika man back oku jatwa black fast are part of the paying back money and or disseminating what is now is it fair so oku jatwa black we are na some time back so okache Ghana for year 2008 elections on bakaya okache man for president Akuffo the 5 point something billion ECB akosie o baby ye owie ye winning ya man minister appoint my friend is on my makade no kan o say enya no kure. Now, why would you want to do that? Young boy of your age, Nkunim Shroud, who are into politics in high offices. And then I said, "Oh dear, no come." So the president was what? How much you need to know? Me and lawyer. He was arrested and locked up for 2 days. Adia, on for Skabia. Asama enyanukre. Now can say Nyankopon do ho becha. Yeah, bio. Everybody that you see, including animals, trees, ni nya Nyankopon dia. Obi di nisa kawa dia on a year, ebe. That is how God feels. And you're fine. You can't sit in public office and throw dust on people's credibility. Somebody has earned his credibility or was sorry, be all over the Africa. Now look at the perception.
All right, Council made us.